no one has thrown him into elimination, even though he is the biggest threat. And it would make the most sense to throw CT into elimination and try to get him out. They don't have the guts. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort. Thank you so much for being with me today. I really do appreciate you. And as you can see, today is a challenge recap day video. All right guys, we are going to get into episode 17 of MTV's The Challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies. This episode was great. It showcased, you know, when your faves don't disappoint you, when your favorites just stick to their consistency and do what it is that needs to be done, when they just continue to make you proud. Like, yes, you know. We're going to talk about the CT of it all. We're going to talk about the rookie betrayal of it all. Like, the, you know, just the mess. And it's good. It gets great. And we're going to get right into it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you want more challenge recap videos or challenge content. I'm also going to be bringing you guys for the, you know, for this holiday season, just some good, like, countdown, some good top 5s, top 10 moments and all of that of the challenge, just so we can remind the people who are confused as to why some of our favorites are our favorites. We're going to show some love to some of our favorites, people of color that have been on the channel. You know, we don't get a lot, y'all, so I want to highlight them in a video. So I'm definitely going to be bringing you guys that video. Stay tuned for that. All right, so let's get started. In this episode, we have just come off of, if you haven't seen last episode, go ahead and hit this video right here. And you will see that basically, that unfortunately and very sad, but our beloved Big T was sent home by Emmy. They went into elimination. I mean, I felt like it was a little bit of cheating because CT helped her, and nobody who presumably was supposed to be friends with Big T and love Big T, we love you so much, we love you so much, because they didn't want her on their team, I guess. They didn't root for her, except for Nani said a little bit of something, but everybody else was just silent basically and gave her absolutely no support, which I just thought was honestly very, like, sad and disgusting. And I'm happy for her, and I want her to go and do amazing in her culinary efforts, and then still, if she does choose to come back and just kill it, and, you know, like, just beat him one time for the one time, sis. But in the meantime, do your thing, right? So basically, Emmy's back in the house. She's back on Team Sapphire. So basically, they ask CT in the confessional, the producers ask CT, do you feel like there's people that don't want to see you in the final? CT says, of course, there's a lot of people that don't want to see me in the final, but what are you going to do about it? And that's period, bro. What are you going to do about it? He's like, you either got to see, basically he's saying you either got to see me, and if you try me, I'm going to come for you. If you come for me, I'm going to come for you, right? So, and nobody's willing to see him in an elimination, so he going to be there, and that's what's going to happen, right? So then, guys, for the first time ever, they finally have CT talking to his family. Now, I don't know if maybe he's been talking to his family. They just didn't show us. I don't know why they wouldn't show us. He's like a staple on the show. So I feel like if he has been, they would have showed us. So I almost feel like he hadn't been talking to them before now. I know they were having some problems last season. He's in their little, you know, room that they talk to their family. He's talking to his wife, and he's like, do you want me to come home early? And she's like, yes. And he's like, or do you want me to stay and win another $1 million? She's like, well, when you put it like that, you know, we just missed you. And he says, I missed you. And then they show the little boy, and he's so cute and so funny. And, you know, they just have a little really cute, sweet moment. And he says, CT basically says that he's done a lot on this challenge, and that he would love to be able to win back to back, that he's never done that. And that would be a good little thing to check off his, you know, challenge repertoire. You know what I mean? And that would be great. Like, I'm not mad at CT winning again. You know, it's always CT over here, especially Big T's gone. Like, CT's the only one I'm rooting for at this point. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's CT. That's it. Like, let me just go for what I know, because these people, they can't be trusted. So basically, then we pan to Emmanuel, who basically says that is talking to Tori, and he says that he wants to win the money to help his family, that it's not like they were poor, but that money was always a struggle, and that he just wants his mother to be taken out of Romania and just to do better. So then Tori says that she feels like she's in the headspace that she needs to be in order to be a champion, that in the past she's kind of been caught up with guys, facts, and that now last year when she went through the breakup with Jordan, that it was really, really difficult and really painful, but she feels like now she's in a headspace to be a champion and she's ready to step into it, and she feels like she could do it, and Emmanuel feels like she could do it, and that it's her time to win, and she really feels like she could do it. So great attitude to have, by the way. And the last couple of episodes, I don't know if it's because she's off Team Emerald, but I haven't been too annoyed with Tori. I've actually been understanding her perspective and her point of view on stuff, and she hasn't been like obnoxious to me. Like, so I got it. I understood. So then basically Devin, Kyle, and Logan are basically discussing their stance in the game, right? And kind of where they see each other. Y'all, and then this, y'all. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be no hater, right? Devin is smart. Devin's funny. Devin is not the worst physical player, right? But y'all, this man says, he says that he feels like himself and CT have made themselves the most invaluable in the game. Now, he goes on to say mostly CT because everybody wants to run a final with CT and nobody wants to see him in elimination, right? But y'all, I just have to say, and I promise, okay, let's look at this objectively. Okay, take off your CT hat. Take off your CT hat. Let's look at this objectively, right? CT has won, I believe, 4 at this point. Maybe 5. Is it 5? Maybe 5. He's won a lot. Several eliminations. Beasted these daily challenges. If he can help it, he's gonna win a daily challenge. It's usually the people around him that kind of slow him up, or the numbers are just really, really not in his favor, right? Is legendary in this game. Has worn a Johnny backpack. Is a master at puzzles. As good as Devin is, Devin's okay at puzzles, right? CT is it's like he invented all the puzzles, right? Plays a great social game. No one has thrown him into elimination, even though he is the biggest threat. And it would make the most sense to throw CT into elimination and try to get him out. They don't have the guts, right? They don't have it. And Devin, who is on a team with a bunch of people that have been helping him win, thinks that he has made himself as invaluable as CT. Am I missing something? I don't dislike, I know a lot of people dislike Devin. I wouldn't go that far. I don't dislike Devin, but like, it's like, that is where the ego is kind of like, God, dude, like, you gotta relax. You gotta just like, and he's been like this since forever. This is the kind of stuff that he used to do and go toe to toe with Johnny and all that stuff. And I understand trying to go toe to toe with Johnny. Not like he's trying to go toe to toe with CT, but I just think he just thinks too highly of himself with, hey man, if you're not gonna be confident in yourself, who will? But it's like, sweetie, like, you're not a mastermind. You're not Wes. You're not Johnny. You're not CT. Just stay in your own Devin lane. And yeah, but whatever. I just had to do that. Chad, let me pick up my CT hat and put it back on. Okay, so so then basically they're just talking about their stance in the game. And then Nelson is saying that he feels, well, Kyle first says that he has made it very abundantly clear that he wants to run it with CT, because whenever CT runs a final, he wins the final. Like, he wins everything. He's amazing, and that's what he wants. He needs to win the final, right? So then Nelson says that if you let CT make it to a final, he's going to win the final and you're not going to stand a chance. So he wants to actually take CT out before the final so that he could have a fighting chance to win it, right? That this is his season to win and he's going to do it this season. And I'm like, Nelson, chat, boy. I mean, I'm not hating on nobody's confidence. I love the confidence. I love it. That's good. But it's like, I mean, you ain't calling him out into elimination yet. You ain't for real volunteered yourself as tribute yet. And if you go into eliminate, you're not calling out CT. Like, let's be honest. So the rah-rah, like, you just hoping and wishing somebody else will take him out, but ain't nobody gonna do that. Like, come on now. So y'all don't want those problems. So then Logan and Nelson are kind of talking about Team Ruby, and Logan is saying that Team Ruby is doing bad in the challenge, but the people on the team are actually pretty good. Like, at this point, it's him, Nelson, and Tori, right? So like, they have a pretty decent team. If they can just get it together, they can actually win. So then you guys, they get to the daily challenge, and the daily challenge is called Death Drops. So basically there is a gauntlet. They basically have to go around the gauntlet. They have different levels of things, like obstacles on the gauntlet. They have to go around, get to where they get a bomb, get the bomb or missile and take it back over to their side that they just came from. They have to go around and avoid being hit by these big bags of bombs that the opposing team is throwing at them. And whoever can get the most across and do it the fastest wins the daily challenge and becomes the agency, right? Y'all, this challenge was hilarious. It was great. It was quality. Like, it was good. It was really good. So first up is Team Sapphire, right? So Team Sapphire goes, and y'all, CT, I mean, you know what he does. Like, he's just such an incredible athlete, to be honest. He beats this whole thing. Like, he literally just like skips, you know, and keeps his balance, runs across. They throwing this stuff at him. He's catching it and tossing it back. Like, sir, where did they get you from? Cause you are, listen, you better make me proud. You better do it, CT. Like, doing what needs to be done. So he makes it around. Smooth makes it around, right? Catches the little stuff and throws it back like it's nobody's business. Grabs the little missile, gets back over in record time. Y'all, Kyle over there scooting. Kyle can't do it. Amy can't make it. Can you imagine? CT, there's only 7, I think, missiles that you can get. CT gets all 7 by himself. Why they keep falling. And he does not fall once. I don't even think he really got shook once. He just keeps his balance and runs across. Everybody else is like trying to like glide across and jump and hold on to the thing. And he just, you know, boop, boop, boop. Because he's a wolf. This is what we do. Oh, God, he's so good. He's so good. If you're not on Team CT, you are stressing yourself out. I'm telling you, beloved, come on. Come on over. Like, he's just so good. He's so good. He makes me so proud. So he did excellent, and he was basically Team Sapphire that day. Nobody else did nothing. Kyle was over there crying, and Emmy just couldn't get it done. TJ is like beasted that whole thing. CT, like, he's amazing. So then we move to Team Ruby. Yeah. I mean, they don't do terrible. Okay. Tori can't really get it done. Nelson actually tries and does decent. Logan does pretty good. Logan actually also kind of walks across like CT did, you know. They can't make it across. They don't do well. Y'all, then Team Emerald goes, and don't forget, it's a guys elimination day, right? So all the guys are like trying to keep their head in the game and make sure that they win so that they don't get thrown into elimination. So Team Emerald had already talked about that they know that Emmanuel or Devin is definitely going to be up for elimination because they are on Team Emerald, and if they lose, that they don't stand a chance, and so they really need to win. So y'all, at first they cannot get it done. They falling. Casey falls. Emmanuel falls, who's supposed to be so agile and good with, like, you know, stuff like that, but he falls. Casey starts getting some, and Devin actually does very well. Like, it's like a very physical challenge, running across, make sure you get it and all of that stuff. It's not really logistic, like, that's not like a puzzle. He does really well. Like, I was actually very impressed. Like, okay, Devin. He runs across, like, real quick and all that. Like, he does very well. Then Emmanuel starts to get his footing. So all in all, they end up getting 7 capsules over also, like CT or Team Sapphire CT. So basically it's down to Team Emerald and CT's time. Isn't that crazy? That the CT versus Team Emerald, ain't that a damn shame? Like, so all in all, TJ says that the person that actually won is CT. I mean, AKA Team Sapphire, but like, let's be honest, come on. It's CT won. He did that, you know? And Uncle CT, Emmy's Uncle CT. And he deserves all the Uncle CT because he did that. Like, he really saved them. So they are the agency, and they have to decide who is thrown into elimination in order to come back and win the $1 million, right? So they get back to the house, and they have this like cute little dinner. They give them like a dinner overlooking a pier or whatever. Like, it was a cute little dinner. Like, it really gave me ideas. Like, I need to do that with my husband. So it was really nice dinner looking. So then basically Kyle is talking to Devin about what they're going to do to save Devin from going into elimination, right? And Devin is like, I mean, that would be nice, but if I get thrown in at this point, then it is what it is. I have to go down there and fight and, you know, do what it is that I need to do. So then Team Emerald is basically discussing what they feel like is going to happen with the deliberation. So they basically say that they feel like Devin is likely safe because Kyle is his best friend and he's on Team Sapphire, and that they'll likely save him. But Devin feels like he might still get called out by whoever is thrown down there. And Emmanuel feels like he's, you know, probably has a chance of going down there, and so he needs to stay prepared and ready for that. So then basically Logan and Nelson are discussing like what they're gonna do, like if they get thrown in there, they're gonna pick each other. So Logan basically says that he says Team Ruby again, that he's not gonna pick Nelson, and Nelson's like, I'm not gonna pick you, that let's have our word, you know, let's make this pact that we're not gonna pick each other even if we get voted in, right? And so Nelson is like, he's not sure if he can trust Logan because people betray him all the time in that game, so he's just not sure what it's going to look like, right? So they get to the deliberation. So the first person that says something is Devin, and Devin says that basically he feels like he sees friends in the agency and that he feels like he might be safe, but that he knows that if somebody gets voted down there, that they might still call him out, and he just wants to let them know, whoever's going to call him out, he's not just going to lay down and take the beating, that he is going to fight with everything he has, he's going to give it all, and that he's going to do his best to come back, basically, right? So then it goes to Nelson, and Nelson is like, hey, we're friends, but if I do get thrown down there, there's a possibility that I'm going to pick Devin. It is what it is. Like, he's my friend, but it's just what's best for me in this game to pick Devin Riley. Then it goes to Emmanuel. Y'all, and Emmanuel gonna fumble. So Emmanuel says he just wants to say if they see his name down there that they shouldn't pick him. And CT is like, why? And he's like, what? You didn't practice your speech? Like, you're the only one that hasn't gone into elimination. You're a rookie. Like, what? That's your pitch? And it was just so, and CT was frustrated, and he was just basically like, y'all don't want to throw each other under the bus, but this is like the 5th hour. Like, y'all need to fight for yourselves. Give us a reason why we shouldn't throw you into elimination. He says that it makes the most sense to throw Emmanuel into elimination because he's never been in and he's a rookie. And then he says that him and Logan kind of are flip-floppy, like they're kind of cool with everybody, so nobody knows where they stand. Like, they just say different things to different people at different times, and nobody's really saying anything. Nelson is like, look, we're not going to throw each other under the bus. We don't need to do that. And he's like, and CT's like, okay, but any other time, y'all always got something to say. And now when it's the 5th hour, y'all want us to make the whole decision, and y'all don't want to say anything to save yourselves, so that when we pick, it's like some big thing. They refuse to throw each other under the bus, which actually, I honestly, Nelson said that he would pick Devin, but I respect it, honestly, despite, you know, CT pushing, and I understand CT trying to push for like, hey, man, fight for yourselves. Like, it seems like y'all don't want it bad enough, like, whatever. But I also respect them not willing to, like, compromise their integrity. And, you know, if they feel like they didn't want to call nobody out, throw nobody under the bus, like, I respect it. So then CT and the agency basically decide to pick Logan to throw into elimination. And I'm guessing it's because CT says that he doesn't really know where Logan stands a lot of the time. It seemed weird because I thought they would pick Emmanuel because he was the rookie, but CT said that Emmanuel has helped him in the game, so I guess that's why. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they have some type of secret alliance or something that they didn't really make that vocal. I don't know, but it did seem kind of weird to me. But anyway, Logan got voted in, so then they get down to the lair, right? And Logan, it decides that he picks Emmanuel to go up against in the elimination. And Nelson is like, oh, yes, he kept his word. And Logan basically says because he promised Nelson that he wouldn't throw him in, that he has to keep his word and he doesn't want to be made a liar, and that kind of follows you around in this game, right? And so he picks Emmanuel. He says it's going to hurt his heart, but he has to pick Emmanuel, right? So he picks Emmanuel, and Emmanuel's like, okay, let's go. So the elimination is called Rocket Run, right? So basically it's where they have 2 rockets. So one has a lever that they need to push down, and then there's one rocket that they need to run over, make it back in 15 seconds. So basically they have to run over, like hurdle style, over a rocket and make it back over the rocket and push down this lever within 15 seconds, right? So y'all, they start going, and you know, Emmanuel is clearing it. Logan is clearing it a little slower, but he's still clearing it within the 15 seconds, right? So then TJ takes it down to 10 seconds. So he takes it down to 10 seconds. And, you know, Emmanuel is still clearing it, and Logan is doing his best. He's trying to clear it. He's getting tired, but he's trying to clear it. Y'all, then Logan trips on the last one, falls on the floor, and Emmanuel wins. He makes it back. And as soon as you don't make it back, then you lose. And Emmanuel absolutely won it. And he was like, ah. Romania, I always knew I would win. And it really was built for him because, you know, he's a dancer, he's quick, he's fast, he's agile, he jumps over things all the time. And so it was like, it was great. It was made for him. And so Emmanuel wins. Logan says that he is really happy for Emmanuel, that that's his friend. So basically Logan goes home. Emmanuel is, I guess, you know, like the rest of us, waiting for TJ to be like, oh, what team are you going back to? So TJ says, you did great. Go back and join the team, right? Okay. So they're thinking TJ's about to say, y'all are ready to go to the final, right? No, y'all. TJ gonna say, where are we, guys? And they all say, we're in the lair. And what happens in the lair? And Tori says, we eliminate. And TJ says, that's right. So we are about to eliminate 2 people right here, right now, in this lair before you guys end up going to a final. And everybody is like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Where do you be getting this stuff from, TJ? He be doing, oh my God, TJ be doing stuff. But I'm here for it, okay? I love a little sizzle, a little razzle dazzle, as long as it doesn't affect my my homeboy, CT. But I mean, even if he had to go into elimination, he's probably gonna beast it anyway, but he didn't come prepared for that, you know what I mean? We gotta see, what is the elimination gonna be? How are they gonna do it? Is it like a partner setup? Is it gonna be, how are they gonna pick who goes into elimination? Like, Emmanuel just won an elimination. Is he still up for grabs? Is the agency still up for grabs as far as the elimination goes? Y'all, we don't know, so we're gonna see. But that is it for this episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys think it's gonna be. Let me know how you feel about comment that Devin made about him and CT. Like, do you feel like that was like warranted or as ridiculous as I think it is? Just let me know what you guys feel about the episode, and hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified when I post episode 18, so we can see what is going on. Y'all, it's about to go crazy. I'm actually really excited. Like, I like it when they kind of hit it with a double elimination, because y'all, it be drama. It be drama. Oh Lord, don't let it affect CT, please. So go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.